Our HCI capstone project is on the iDepaul and D2L integration. iDepaul is the official mobile application of DePaul University. It contains an integration for DePaul students to be able to access their courses via the mobile application. Our project goals were to observe how students use the D2L mobile site and also the iDepaul app, and then from there create a new D2L integration interface from our findings. We also wanted to improve our initial D2L integration from our usability test findings. We used a number of methods during this research study. We completed a contextual inquiry and survey for exploratory user research. We did a round of storyboarding to brainstorm design ideas. We completed 2 rounds of lo-fi and mid-fi prototyping using the tools of Sketch and Envision. We also completed 2 rounds of usability testing. We did an A/B test with the iDepaul app and our lo-fi prototype. And then our second round was a comparison test of our lo-fi and mid-fi prototypes. Lastly, we completed a statistical analysis on our 2 rounds of usability tests. As for our results, the main finding was that we really observed our participants having issues navigating within the iDepaul application. We found this during our contextual inquiry. The menu served kind of as a main pain point where users were clicking around and not able to find where they need to go within the task that we provided. The redirect also served as a pain point when the user was able to find where the iDepaul section was located. They were redirected to a mobile browser, and then they were forced to enter their credentials from there. So that served as a pain point for most of our users during the contextual inquiry method. Our first round of usability testing that we did, so our A/B test, we measured the ease of use score. And from this, we found that our participants were able to use our lo-fi prototype better than the iDepaul app. That significance level was p equals 0.006. The average use for the lo-fi across all users was a 4.6. And just generally speaking, users reported that they felt less frustrated when using our prototype. In our second round of usability testing, we measured the time on task. We also found that our mid-fi prototype was more efficient to use than our lo-fi prototype. And users just reported that they found both easy to use, but they felt more comfortable using the mid-fi prototype. And then this also kind of allowed them to complete tasks quicker, which we found in our statistical analysis. As for our conclusion, all 3 of our project goals, we achieved those. And for future work, we would like to explore a redesign to integrate D2L account data with iDepaul to allow authentication within the app. Then from here, I would like to go into our iDepaul and D2L demo. So just a high-level overview again, we proposed a redesign of the D2L integration with the app. We observed students using the mobile site and the app, and then created prototypes and did 2 rounds of testing. Our methods here is the same as mentioned before, so we did some exploratory research, went into some design methods and prototyping, and then completed 2 rounds of testing and some statistical analysis. The main finding that we found here was in regards to the iDepaul navigation. 3 out of 4 of our users during the contextual inquiry experienced issues navigating to D2L using the iDepaul app. The main issue was utilizing the bottom navigation bar. These users were clicking incorrect icons. And from this, 2 users recommended updating menu icons and labeling. 2 users also identified iDepaul's D2L redirect as a main pain point here, so kind of navigating within the app and outside of the app. 2 users suggested SSO, not asking for entering their credentials, just generally speaking, a more seamless experience between iDepaul and D2L. And then also we found that 3 out of 4 of our users expressed frustration while using the app during our contextual inquiry. And then from here, we will go into our lo-fi prototype. So this is our lo-fi prototype. We redesigned this here mainly with the navigation in mind. So we simplified the navigation with icons and labelings, and the D2L is the first icon that you can see here. The D2L experience is embedded, so there's no redirect to an outside browser. And this was based on some of the feedback that we received during the survey and contextual inquiry. And then if we click around here, you'll notice that we added a D2L visual menu with the most requested courses that our users were asking for. So we really made focus on allowing the navigation to be very simplified, very easy, allows the user to kind of navigate their journey throughout the app. These other sections down here, other sections within the iDepaul app, and then the D2L section is specifically what we focused on for this application. So from our usability testings in our first round, users found our Lo-Fi prototype easier to use than the iDepaul app. This was reported via ease of use score. 4 users also described during the usability test that they found our navigation as simple and effective. 1 user had issues accessing course content, and 2 users wanted to be able to submit assignments, not just view the status. Users also wanted notifications and the ability to post a discussion. So from here, I will demo our MidFi prototype. So this here's our MidFi. You can see here that the visual content's a little bit more fleshed out. The navigation at the bottom remains the same. And then within the D2L site, we really focused on adding additional process flows here. So in the course content, users are able to actually access a file here. Within the discussions, users are able to participate in a discussion and actually start a thread. And then they're also able to submit their assignments as well. From these, we found that our MidFi prototype was more efficient than our Lo-Fi prototype. We found this out by measuring the time on task. And this aligns with our design having updated navigation and clear design paths for the D2L activities. Thanks so much.